tell I've been tidying my desk. Look, no piles to the left of me, no piles to the right of me, apart from the pile of scraps I have in my basket. Yeah, I decided I really needed to have a bit of a clear up. Anyway, still got a pile of stuff on my floor down there, but anyway, I hope to do that later. So welcome. I usually, after having a bit of a clear out, I realise I have some gorgeous scraps that I could play with. Some of these will be, you'll recognise because I only recently made these scraps, but some have been on my desk shamefully for a little while. And so I thought it would be nice to come on and just do some scrappy cards with you, as it is something that apparently you guys like. You've mentioned that you do like it when I do this, and hopefully it will give you some inspiration to use up the scraps in your pile too. So I'll say a quick hello to everybody who's watching on the live. Hello, Miss Vicky, Anne, Martina, Kathy, and Margaret, and oh, you got to remind me of your name, Freedom Deep. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten your name. Roberta, Claire, Carla. Yes, I am a little bit early because I wanted to get on before Esther goes live at 9 o'clock. And I may come back on after Esther because I have a little idea for something that I just want to share with you. And hi, Carol. But I will do that separate to this video. Hi, Tracy. Welcome, Matthew Alford. Good morning. First time live. Woohoo! Well, you are very welcome. Please do make everybody feel very welcome if you're a regular here. And Vay S. Hello, Vay. Thank you for your lovely comment on my last video. Aloha, Minda. Lovely to see you. Hi, Tracy. Susan, whoever I've not said hello to, hello. Right, so pile of scraps on my desk. These are really new scraps. Obviously, I only did these last night. But look, I've already got a few scraps in that. I may just set these aside to play with another day. But I thought it'd be fun to maybe incorporate them somehow. I've got these. I obviously tried doing something, so I've got lots of this cardstock here. I think it's grey granite. Then I was cutting out some dies that I haven't actually got round to properly using, so I thought that would be quite fun to do. Then I found this stamped One Sheet Wonder from way back, and yeah, thought I'd like to use that too. And so for those of you who are new, who perhaps have not seen me do a scrap card video before, I will just talk through my process, how I try and order things. Now, the lovely Louise sent me these. These were going spare from her paper pumpkin kit, and she knows that I have some French and German watchers and customers, so she sent me these lovely spare bits from her. So I'm going to make use of these, as I've got thank you cards to go out for last month's customers. This was the top of a lid of a card box that Wendy gave me. The card is on my I thought it was. Yes, it is. The card is on my wall, so I don't actually have a need for this card box anymore, but I wanted to make use of it because it's such pretty paper. Actually, I might save that for later because I want to make a little bag for some of the little projects, the little junk journal projects I've been doing. Right, and then we've got lots of other lovely little bits and pieces here. Oh, also some unfinished stuff. So this I thought might be fun to do some stamping on. Maybe, but then I was going to just do scraps today. Maybe I'll leave that for another day. Got this here. Oh, that's quite dramatic. What do you think of that? Then got this leftover panel. So when I have a pile of scraps like this, I have a good rummage, and then what I try and do is start putting things into piles of similar kind of colours. Okay, so here we've got the pink, so I'm going to pile up pink stuff over there, and if there's anything else I think might go, I might just pop that in that pile. So here I've got something very kind of bluey and aquary. Got some rusticy looking pieces here which I think go quite nicely with these were obviously a One Sheet Wonder that I cut up but haven't got round to making the cards up. So oh look, that goes nicely with that maybe a bit of this So Saffron. So it's easier once you've made a little pile of kind of similar looking ish things, and then you don't have to rummage so much. So I'm just going to do that in front of you. I know this is not perhaps the most interesting thing to watch me do, but it is an insight into how my brain kind of works when I order things. And I know that you've appreciated that in the past where I've explained the way I work. So I'm putting all the kind of plain white and black pieces together. So you're not ending up working just in a complete kind of mess. Then I've got some solid pieces here. So, oh, look, I've got a bit of green over there. So I'll pop that with that one. Got some, oh, that's nice, this red and green. So this is a bookmark I think I stamped, but I've not done anything with it. So well, those might go together nicely. That purple can go over there. Have I got any other blues and stuff to go with this? There's that I coloured in a while ago. I'll put that other piece of blue with that. And what's interesting is you can end up with quite a random pile of stuff that you wouldn't normally put together. However, because there's something about the colours that draws it all together, you can end up with quite an eclectic pile of goodies and, you know, have some fun kind of putting it all together. So I've got, oh, now that goes. What else have I got here? I've got loads of these little doily things. That can go in that pile, that can go in that pile. And then I've got, oh, I've got purples and greys. Maybe one of those, Danke. And then that can go in that pile. So anyway, there we go. That's just a little insight into how I order things. That's actually a bookmark, so I don't need that there. Put that there. What's this? Where's that one going to go there? That could go there. And then I'm going to put all these little bits and pieces just in my box for now. Maybe we'll call upon those later. So let's have a look. What's catching my eye? So I've got 4 piles here. I'm not saying I'm going to make 4 cards today, but we might do. See how quickly it all comes together. I think that will be my goal after Christmas, to see how many scraps you can get rid of. Great. Yeah, I mean, the junk journaling is a great way to get rid of scraps. So, yeah. Thank you, Shirley. Oh, good. I'm glad it's not too boring for you. Hi, Susan. Making scrappy bookmarks. Oh, tell me more, Martina. That sounds fun. That sounds super fun. Okay, so I've got these random pieces of cut card. I think it was leftover from when I was preparing for a class the other week. And so we've got, maybe we could even make 2 in one go, because I've just got to check the measurements on this though to make sure that it's a usable size for me. Where's my trimmer? Right, so just to double check so that I'm not having to cut this again later, I'm going to make sure that this is a usable size. So I need this to be 10 centimetres across. So I'm going to actually cut the 2 together so I know that they are ready to go. So I'm cutting these so that when I stick them down onto my matting layer, they're going to be the right size. And look, I actually end up with a really cool little extra strip there. So that's fine. Then I'm thinking I might just cut this down, one of these, or 2 of these down actually, so that these will fit on. So this is going to be like a weird, like red and green always reminds me of Christmas, but it's got butterflies and flowers in it. So it's kind of like an alt Christmas card this is going to be, I think. I'm getting buzzes and notifications here. Oh, there we go. So let's just see. That looks cool on there. That looks good on there. And then I was thinking, oh, what about a border? Oh, I've got that little strip left over. That could look good. See? Don't waste anything. Let's pop that on there and there. Now, I was wondering if this would fit anywhere because it's got the red and the green in it. But I don't know. I think it's adding a little bit too much extra pattern. I am thinking, though, that these would look great embossed. And then I'm thinking just a simple strip somewhere with a sentiment on it, and then I'm pretty much done. Oh gosh, shock horror. Maybe a little bit of embellishing with some leaves, but that is pretty much it, I think. Right, so let's emboss these. Now, Wendy has lent me the embossing folder with the leopard print. I'm not sure that's going to go, but I'm just going to check this bag that she's lent me of stuff and see if there's anything else in there. No. Okay. So I'm going to raid my embossing folders and see what I can find. Let's have a look-see. So we've got a nice floral background. Got that gorgeous flourish brick. That painty one. And the texture one. So let's think, what would that look good on? Actually, I quite like that because it doesn't detract too much from the prettiness of the paper. It doesn't, but it's like a nice contrast, isn't it? So even when you're putting patterns together, it's nice to contrast them a little bit. So I'm going to get my machine over. See if I can do this quickly. Now it is a 3D one, so we just need the base plate and the grey plate, number 4. Just going to run that through very quickly to get that done. Hi, Glenna. Oh, you already shared them already, Martina. Great. Okay. Yeah. I have to confess, I see so many bits of inspiration from you guys, and I really am so grateful that you share. Like the other day, someone shared something in the group about the plastic pockets for the bookmarks and how she'd use them, and I was like, oh, can you share what the bookmarks look like? And she was like, I've already done it. I was like, oh, oops. So and then I realized I even commented on it as well. So I'm so sorry. You guys are so prolific in your creations that I don't always remember what I've seen. I'm so sorry. So it makes me look like I've got a really bad memory. I'll probably have a bad memory as well. It's so funny. There's times when my sisters will say, do you remember when this happened? And I was like, no. How can you not remember? They say to me, and I'm like, don't know. There we go. Right, let's bring this all back on. Let's assemble this. I've got that nice little strip there. Nice bit of contrast. That one can go there. So what do you think, guys? Christmas cards or not Christmas cards? What do you think? Hi, Janice. I think Janice would like this as a Christmas card because I know she likes butterflies, you see. So she's happy to have a butterfly any time of the year. She's told me this. I'm just adding these little leaves. So this is from the artistic, I want to say artistically inked dies, but anyway, they're the dies that go with the stamp set artistically inked. And aren't they gorgeous? Not quite sure what I'm doing here, but I'm just going to add a few bits down there, make it look a bit more interesting. I'm literally just ripping them apart, but then I've got to this bit and it just needs a proper little snip with the scissors just to make it look right. Okay. And then I guess I could always pop some little flowers on there. Let's have a look. Oh, look. I've got a retired little flower punch. I'm stamping that up. And I'm just going to grab that. Oh, this one. Here it is. I could do some little red flowers. That'd be nice. And on this one, because I've got the red panel, I'm not sure red flowers would look quite right. So let's see if I've got a little white strip of scrap here I can use to to cut out some little white flowers. I wouldn't use as Christmas cards, but the colours are Christmassy. I know. Maybe they'll do as winter birthday cards. What do you think? So that if someone has a wintry birthday, they can put them up with their Christmas cards and then it will match. Who, when they get... Now, I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but you know when you get Christmas cards... Oh, I was just about to look for something. I've forgotten what it was. Oh, a sentiment. I sometimes will arrange my Christmas cards in sort of... I'll put them in colour order. Right. I'm wondering about just stamping onto the... Look at that strip. Isn't that perfect size? Yeah, so I'll arrange, like, if I have like all the red and green type Christmas cards, I'll put them together on my string, you know, that hangs up on my front room. And then, you know, all the blues and the silvery ones I try and put together. Well, it starts off that way anyway, you know, when you first start getting the Christmas cards, and then suddenly you'll have a whole glut of them and then you're like, oh, I give up now. I can't do it. Now, did I cut that out of Evening Evergreen? I think I did. So to pull the whole design together, if I stamp it in Evening Evergreen... Very good morning, Miss Monica. Hi, Karen. Oh, thank you, Glenna. You're so kind. Yes, there's over 1,000 people on Artful Stampin Space, the Facebook group, and then I'm heading towards the 9,000 on this channel. So amazing. So I'm only probably about 25 off, I think. If that. Let me just have a double check. Just go to my analytics, YouTube Studio rather, and oh, that's a bit wonky. Let's try that again, Ruth, for goodness sake. I mean, you can even see through it. It's not like you have any excuses at all, really. Okay, that'll have to do. 8,980 subscribers. Whew. Right, so I'm 20 away from 9,000. I was talking about what I was going to do when I get to 10,000. So I don't know. I've got to think of something to do when I get to 9. I like to treat you all. You know, do something a bit fun. My youngest son has suggested I do a 10-hour live marathon when I get to the 10,000. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with 9,000. I mean, I could try doing a 9-hour marathon. Right, I like this because you can see the words a little bit clearer. Now, why does my phone keep doing that? It keeps wanting to flip over. Give you a song and a dance? I could do. Might not be very long though. I might be able to do 9 minutes. Don't think I could do much longer than that. Right, let's glue this down because I want to get on and do some more. 9 lives in one day. Give away 9 cards. Yes, could do that. I can easily do that. I could try doing 9 one-sheet wonders in a day. Or 9 wreaths in a day. Oh, what about that? And if I auction them off? What if I eBay them for charity? Oh, why is that not? Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Oh, Ruth, use the grid paper, woman. Right, look. If you line up the grid paper, it makes it so much easier to see what you're doing. There we go. Right, now I need a tiny little bit. Cuts of only 7 lines. Right, I'm doing tiny wee little dots along here, and I'm going to just scrape it in a bit. There we go. I'll have to make sure I'm stocked up with the old 12 by 12 cardstock if I'm going to do that, and make sure my ink pads are all re-inked. Which is probably a good idea to do anyway. There we go. Right, come on Ruth, go on. Line this up with the grid paper. Yeah, even though I can eyeball things pretty well, it does help to have the grid. So did you know the grid paper is actually available to everybody, not just Stampin' Up! Demonstrators? And it is a useful little tool. I think it's about £10 or £11 and you get 100 sheets. So now obviously I try and use a fresh sheet when I'm demonstrating, because I think it's a bit distracting if it's not fresh for you guys. But of course underneath my table you can't see all the sheets that I kind of just have about, just in case I'm doing something super messy, and I reuse them before recycling them. So, oh, come on, that's it, there we go. Right, let's give this a wee trim. So just turning your card over, it's just really helpful for doing that kind of thing. And just want to pop some of these nice leaves under there. I might just cut these down a bit actually, because they're quite big. That one needs popping out. Pop that there. Again, just trim that down because I don't need it to be so big. And then I'm going to put a strip of glue along there, because this is where my sentiment's going to go. And where's my little pokey? Somehow, just anyway, basically just going to use a tool just to hold things in place that's smaller than my finger, because when you're pushing down cardstock into glue like this, you're bound to get glue on your fingers. So if you've got a small tool, this is just a score tool or the take your pick tool, anything like that, just helps so that you don't get glue, because see, I've already got glue on the end of my finger and it's a little bit annoying, to be honest. There we go. The trim on the other side just makes it, oh thank you. Right, let's get some dimensionals out, I think, to stick my sentiment. Well, I have to say this evening, guys, I had a bit of a stew triumph with my daughter. Although, yeah, she does like stew. She has been in the past a little bit picky with the old veggies in a, in a dish, like all children are. They see a vegetable and they go, oh, I don't like the vegetables. Anyway, but it seems that as long as I put any vegetables with beef, she'll eat it. So I tried the Jan. Is Jan on here? I tried the Jan Brandt trick. She mentioned the other day that she did a beef dish and she mixed, before she cooked the meat, she mixed corn flour around the beef before cooking it. And I know sometimes it is helpful to fry off the beef just to get it all nice and sealed, but I didn't want to do that because I was using the Instant Pot, and the whole idea with the Instant Pot is that you just throw it in and it all works out in the end. So I put the beef in the Instant Pot, cold Instant Pot, cold beef, and put 3 heaped teaspoons of corn flour, and then some salt, some garlic granules, and black pepper, and what else did I put in there? I don't think I did veg stock even, actually. That was it, I think. And then put 2 carrots and onions. So there was quite a bit of beef. There was probably about a kilogram. I think a kilogram of beef, I'd say. What's that in pounds? I don't know what that is in pounds, sorry. What else did I put in there? Yeah, 1 onion. I didn't bother putting any more garlic because I put the garlic granules in, but I think you probably could have put more garlic if I wanted to. Oh, there's a random black dimensional. There we go. And what else did I do? Nine hours of treating myself. Ah, well, going live I really quite enjoy, to be honest, so that would be a treat for me, Vay. And it's you guys that help me with the success of the channel, so it's a way of saying thank you to you guys. Right, I want to just make little shapes on my, not shapes, I want to make these little flowers a little bit more 3D. So I'm just using my score tool just to do that. Yep. There. Yeah, sorry, I'm just explaining what... Oh, no, I didn't put an onion. I put 2 leeks. 2 leeks went into this stew today. And... I'm trying to think what else. Oh, a pepper. A red pepper. I probably could have got away with putting more red pepper, actually. And then I cooked it in the Instant Pot for 30 minutes. And then at last minute, I like to do this just to make it a little bit more. Now, what's the word that Michael, that chef, Michael, I was going to say Michael Flatley, not Michael Flatley. Michael, he's on the British programmes. Michelle Roux, not Michael. I was in the right area. Michelle Roux says it's unctuous. I think that's what he means. It's got unction. It's unctuous. Yeah, so I put some gravy granules in at the last minute just to make it a bit thicker and a bit darker and more likely that my children will eat it, to be quite honest. So there we go. Right. So I'll pop that into there like that. That one there like that. Oh, I'm supposed to be using the dimensionals, but I forgot. Right, instead I'm just going to use my little tool here to hold everything down while they set in place. Sometimes they just take a wee bit of time. Oh, and then the other thing I was going through was my retired gems And I've got these gorgeous gems from last year, these red and gold ones that I obviously haven't used up. Oh, there's a few more there as well. So rather than going too overboard with the red, I think I might just add some nice gold ones to the middles there, just for a little bit of bling-a-ling. How cute is that? Now, so the big question is, do I mount this onto a green backing? Is that a bit too matchy-matchy if I do that? Or do I do it onto red? Let's have a look. Oh, is that right? You see, I find that a bit too matchy-matchy doing it that way. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean by matchy-matchy? It's a bit too much. But if I do, look, that's Poppy Parade. So it's real red on Poppy Parade. That just, it's subtle. It's a subtle border, but it's not in your face. So if I get something like either Pear Pizzazz or I've got Mossy Meadow there. Look, that on Mossy Meadow. See, again, not too matchy-matchy. Now I'm hungry. Oh, Wendy's going to go live. Are you? Woohoo. Okay, we'll get little one to sleep. And then, what time are you going to do that, Wendy? All right. I feel like I've just taken too long on these. And these were pretty simple, really. Didn't have to take so long. Oh well, if you're watching on the replay, that's a great thing. You can always forward stuff. So I'm just putting an extra bit of glue on the back of these because they are slightly textured. And I feel that, you know, just want it to really stick. Right, let's get on with the next ones. So there we go. Which one do you prefer? Red or green? Red or green? There we go. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, if you want to do that, yeah, go ahead. What I might do is try and just squeeze in a little mini one in a second then. I'll just grab my next pile here. So we've got, oh no, get rid of that. We don't want to use that again. So I've got some really nice little pieces here. And I've got this strip, which I stamped the other week. And I made quite a few cards from it, actually. I'm wondering if... Ooh. Okay. Right, again, I've just got to make sure this is the right size. So I'm going to cut this down to 14.35 and 10 centimetres. Make sure that's nice and even. Then this one needs just trimming down to make sure that it's okay, because it's currently not okay. It's got chunks out of the side of it. And then cut that down to 14.35 as well. Right, so that's that. And you know what? I'm thinking embossing folder again, because just to give it that little bit of extra fun. So let's use this one again, but to slightly enhance the design, I'm going to use, so this is Shaded Spruce. I'm going to grab the Shaded Spruce ink pad and just run it over. See, I'm running that over the design there. This is just a dry ink pad. Oh, I'm going to dab as well, I think, just to get some really dark spots there. Because when you swipe, you can swipe the ink back off, really. So let's pop that in there. I'll quickly run that through. I won't bring it back on camera because you've already seen me do it. So I'm using the Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine. You can use, if you've got other machines, you just need to make sure you're using the right amounts of plates for it. So let's have a look. Da, 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 da. Yay! Okay, so that's just got a little bit of extra texture in there. A little bit of a mark with my ink pad where I went down a bit too hard there. Right. So that's going to go on there. And I was thinking of splitting this in half, so get more of it, show off more of it. Isn't that pretty? I'm wondering whether just to put a little bit of a border on the white, just to make it stand out a bit more. Try it. I'll try it and see. So, just a very thin one. So I'm cutting out at 4.5 centimetres because this is at 4. I just felt it needed a break between the design of the paper and then the filigree. There we go. That's all right, isn't it? And then we've still got this little piece here that we could do our sentiment on. And I'm thinking of you, maybe. That's quite long. Let's see if I've got something pretty. I want something pretty. Trying to find something that's just slim and pretty. Oh. Hey friend, that fit on? Oh, just about. Okay. Where's my white ink? So I have this grand idea to use the white ink. Do I have it? Do I have it? Do I have it on hand? Let's just double check. Where is it? Has anyone seen my white ink? Oh, never mind. Okay, might have to go for the old... Oh, look, there's a leftover happy birthday. Might have to use that one instead. Okay. Oh, well, the thought was there. I just want to get on and put this together now, guys. Oh, green and pink. Yes, green and pink is such a lovely combo, isn't it? In all the different variations of green that you can get, and pinks. It's great, isn't it? Okay. Put a bit of glue on that. Sorry, concentrating. Your dimensionals out. Oh, let's use up. I'm in the mood to use up some dimensionals that are nearly finished. Let's use that strip there. Okay. Glenna's having a late lunch. Oh, Glenna, how's David doing? Right, so again, to help me out, I'm going to line up the card with my grid in front of me, and just helps me a little bit. Oh, no. It would help me if I actually followed it. There we go. Now I've lost the happy birthday. It was here a minute ago. Check on the floor. Oh, there it is. Hi, Ivy. Right. I don't want to cover up that pretty flower there, so I'm just going to have it slightly offset there so that we can enjoy that flower. So again, I'm not really keen to put that onto pink. Again, I feel that it would be too matchy. So I haven't got shaded spruce cut up. No, I haven't, but I do have some Just Jade. And Just Jade is, I would say, a slightly lighter version of shaded spruce. So again, that works, to me that works fine because it's in the right green family, just a little bit lighter. Hi Cheryl. White or black? What's that for? What are you asking, Vay? All right, there we go. So that's card number 3. Now let's move on to see if we can squeeze in a card number 4. And I've got this lovely pile of autumnally scraps in front of me. Where are the cards I just did? Oh, there. Right. Look at these yummy things. Some of these are almost the right size. Look at that. Then I found this scrap. This is going way back. This yellow. Quite like this red. Thinking, will that fit on? That can be cut to fit, can't it? Let's look at the width of that. Get an orange base. Okay. Let's trim some of this down then. So that measures 9.9 centimeters. So I'm having to slightly eyeball this because the die cut is jagged at the top. I'm kind of using that stitched line as my reference point to cut that. And then what size do we need to cut this at? Hi Sue. Hi Ivy. Sorry, not Ivy. I said Cindy. What are you asking? If I cut that to 4.5, or what's the other measurement? 1 7/8. Okay, let's do that. 1 7/8. That fits nicely on there. This die is from the new Eden's Garden die set. And it's very sweet. That's just nice, isn't it? I like that. And again, I'm thinking, shall I use the embossing folder? Because it feels like it just needs something else on there. So let's have a look what else I've got. Ooh, the birch one. The bark, rather. Now, I'm going to trim this down, though. This is too big, so as a... I'm just going to cut that down. Smidge. Cut that down on the other side as well. Cut that down to 10. I wonder if to put it that way round. Right, that's a 3D one as well. So I'm just going to nip over to the floor over here. My other work table, the floor. You know how it is. You know, every surface seems to get covered. And that I really like. That's just so dramatic, isn't it? Now, shall I break my rule and go for putting a red? That's Mary Mallow, by the way. Or do I go for just doing... Now, is that pumpkin pie? No, that's Mary Mango Melody. So what about getting some pumpkin pie? Look at that. So we're developing a bit of a theme here, using embossing folders tonight, and also matting layers onto the same colour family, but a shade either lighter or darker. So often I go for something that's in contrast, but this just goes to show that sometimes when your card is quite busy, you don't actually need that high contrast. That sometimes it's nicer just to play it down a little bit and keep things in the family. So there we go. Yes, I agree, Martina. It's just things that I've put aside and not finished. Yeah. Now this is a sort of card that I don't think I'll put a sentiment on, because I don't feel like I know what I would put on here at the moment. And it's kind of like an any occasion card, really. So I think this was stamped a few weeks ago. I will try and put the link in the description of when I stamped that piece of paper. I remember it being quite fun. There we go. I quite like that. So what have we got here now? Will that fit on a piece of yellow cardstock? Do I have any yellow cardstock cut already? Oh, I've got a piece of So Saffron. Should we do that? I'm just going to do a little mark there rather than measuring this. So that mark tells me where I need to cut it. It looks like this piece of card has been in the sun a little bit because I can see that there's variations here. Oh, look, that's the middle panel. Now, let's cut that down a little bit. I think just a little smidge from either side. Go there. Take that down to 6. Make it longer so the ratio fits better. There we go. Right, now have I got enough of this purple? I've got a piece here. Oh, I do have some of these left over. Oh, that's a whole nother piece. Okay. Oh, that's quite nice. Just looking to see if I've got anything else I could use. Oh, there's a tiny bit of that left over. Mary Mallow for this one or the other one? Cheryl. Yeah, no, people can choose whatever backgrounds they wish to use. It's just that often I do go for contrasting, and it's interesting to make that deliberate choice not to go for contrasting and see what happens. I know they're different, but I'm thinking I could bring that Mary Mallow in again with maybe cutting out some little flowers, because I've got this scrap left over. So we could do some little here and there. And then I could also cut some flowers out of... now I could just do this. I forgot this was a whole panel. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, you're a strong contrast person, are you? God, yeah. Now, I don't feel we need this now. But what I could do, can I cut a little flower out of there? Oh, I'm so frugal. I'm so frugal. There we go. Little flower out of there. Might be able to get 2 out of this one. There we go. Right. Let's set this to the side for a second. Let's pop the glue on here. Get that stuck down. Although we also have this orange piece here. I think I'll go with the first choice. Right, now then when it comes to doing the corner pieces, I'm actually going to put the glue on the back here. And line it up this way. Okay. Okay, just get this stuck down while I can. Not overthink it too much. It's just a lovely play on colours, really. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to cover up too much of the design. That's quite cute. Could do with some little yellow leaves. And look, I've got a little scrap of this here. And I'm wondering whether just to do some little yellow. Got the Insymmetry punch here. Oops. So that just echoes the yellow again. Right, again, let's just get this stuck down. So tiny amounts of glue, tiny. And I'm trying to keep it away from the edge because I don't want that yellow to clash. I don't want them to meet. And then don't be afraid to cut off little bits if you only need a little bit. Just leave a tiny one there. I need a tiny one down here as well. Okay. Just going to give these a little bit of a push down for a few seconds just to get that glue really stuck. It's worth just giving them a good press down. The glue's good, you know, it's good quality glue. Oh, that hasn't stuck down at all. But because it's liquid, just need to give it a few seconds just to take, and then, you know, it's all good. All good to go, as they say. Right. Space for one more somewhere. Right, more gems, I'm thinking. Let's see what I've got in my little box of tricks here. I've got some nice golden ones. Do a mixture of large and small here. Go on. There we go. Oh, I thought that was happening when I did that. You have to be careful sometimes not to take the dome off the metal back. So actually just popping a plastic sheet back to flick them off helps, like so. Okay, I should have done that in the first place. Right, I think we're going to leave it there, guys, because I want to come on again and just do a separate video to do with making a bag, because I've shown you how to make this shaped bag in the past, but I want to do a slight alternative version of this with to make it wider to fit in the slimline junk journals. So I haven't double checked to see if the measurements will work for you guys in the US, but I know it definitely would work for us here, but you could always use a 12 by 12. Anyway, I'll be back and do that in a second. First of all, let's go through the cards that we've made tonight then. So we made this pair here, this red and green one, out of some stamped pieces that I hadn't used up. So that's that. Then made this side folding one, again with some stamping that I did last week or the week before, and that lovely die cut from the artistically inked die set. And then we use the same embossing folder. It's that really nice, like, painty one. I can't remember what it's called. Painted texture. And this one I put some ink on it before I ran it through the machine, just to try and get those deeper textures to show up. Is that one? And then this was using the bark embossing folder and just very simply framing that bit of stamping there. And this one came from the same lot of stamping. And this one is just crying out for a nice little sentiment, I think, in the middle there. And you could also use it that way around. So there we go. Wow, that's not too bad, actually. So 1 hour to do 5 cards, and kind of on the way to doing a 6th. But I'm going to leave it there for now. So thank you so much, everybody. And catch you guys later. And Esther's going to be going live at 9, and I'm just going to come straight back on to do a little bag. Right, thank you so much for joining me. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment if you need any help sourcing materials. The link to my Stampin' Up shop is in the description, and if you need any help with anything else as well, ruthtrice@gmail.com is where you can contact me directly by email. So take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye.